Hi there. I'm not a life coach. I'm not a therapist. I'm a mom. And my daughter's always watching mukbang videos. Right, Ani? Is it mukbang?
Yeah.
It's mukbang videos. Okay. So yeah. I don't watch them, but I do vegan stuff. I do a lot of vegan stuff because I don't know what I'm doing. So I have to watch vegan videos because it's a new lifestyle for us. We started in January of 2019. Yeah. When did we start?
I'm not exactly sure. I think it was earlier than. I think it was at the end of 2018.
At the end of 2018. Yeah. My youngest is the one that got us that. Into veganism. My youngest, 8 years old. She was watching a YouTube video and then she decided, Mom, I'm not eating meat anymore. I'm like, okay. So she sat my husband and I down and she said, I'm not eating meat anymore. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna eat. I'm doing this because my life is crazy, and if I don't, I won't be able to eat, and I don't have the luxury of sitting back in front of a nice little studio that looks great and everything. They can do that on their videos now. And I don't have time for that because I'm busy. I'm a busy mom. I have things that I have to do, and I barely get to. Quiet time is in the bathroom. Got it? I shut the door. And hopefully nobody knocks. So there's a lot of things that happen to me in our life. We've made a lot of changes. Veganism, we've gone vegan. Ellie went vegetarian, and then we sat and watched a couple of Netflix videos on what the health, Game Changers. We watched Game Changers. And then we started to make some changes. It was scary. My oldest was really upset because she said, I don't know if I can live without my cheese and my meat. And so, all of us we didn't get to say goodbye to our food. My husband pretty much jumps into something, and then we follow. But my oldest she's more vegetarian. So if she wants to have a meal with cheese in it, or every now and then we'll go to Stonefire, and they have the stimulus package, something to keep in mind. The stimulus package, and for $26, a family of 4 can eat, but it's not vegetarian and it's not vegan. But every now and then my daughter and I will go and treat ourselves. And we get pizza. It comes with a big thing of pizza. It comes with chicken and tri-tip, which is that's pretty good. And then and a salad. You can choose from Caesar to regular salad. Like a Greek salad, I'd always choose the Caesar. The Caesar is the best. Yeah, so it's an interesting lifestyle, but I'm grateful because I know that my body's feeling much better. To be honest, it feels so much better to be on a all plant-based diet. I don't like the burgers. I don't like the new red burgers that people have. I mean, it doesn't taste good to me. I like Dr. Brugger's burgers. That's pretty good. I like that. But it's all vegetables. I don't like anything so far that's kind of meaty. That looks like meat. Nope. We do our green drinks. It's made a world of difference. I told you I have a cavernous malformation. And because of that, I'm epileptic. I'm considered an epileptic. So that happened in January of 2018. Yeah. I guess you can have these things inside of your brain and you don't even know it. You could be walking around and you have a cavernous malformation and you wouldn't even know it. And some people don't present. That means they don't get seizures or, they don't get seizures or they don't get strokes. And that's what it eventually could happen to me. I could end up having a stroke. Or, palsy, where I'll have half my face or whatever just kind of not react. My nerves won't react. So I'm really grateful for each day. And I'm grateful that I've made some changes in my food, and being able to eat well, making better choices. It feels good. And it's going to affect everything in my body. So I'm quite happy with where I am. And then, of course, I made the change, right? I was an avid, regular publisher. I was one of Jehovah's Witnesses. So a lot of changes, 2019. It's a good change. I think what I wanted to tell you was, what I found very interesting in this book was it was talking about how the average Bethelite, we talked about the hours that they were spending at Bethel and the pressure that it caused them, right? There was a monthly allowance of $14, often barely, it's on page 100. The monthly allowance of $14 often barely covered and in some cases was less than their transportation costs going to and from Kingdom Halls. Those whose family or friends were more affluent had no problems as they received outside assistance, right? But others rarely could afford anything beyond bare necessities. Now, there was the hopper, right? The hopper, I think I'm saying that properly. And it's where all the old clothes were donated from the local brothers and sisters down in Bethel, down in New York. And I remember going down there. It was really kind of neat. And I like thrift stores. I buy mostly all my stuff at thrift stores. And reuse, recycle, and repurpose. I'm all about reuse, recycle, and repurpose. And I find that that's very helpful in life. Anyway, a lot of these brothers and sisters don't have a choice, right? When they go to Bethel, they didn't have a choice because they're poor. You send your kids off to Bethel and they didn't have the money. I had some friends that had money. So, excuse me, their mother was always sending money to them. Excuse me. So, yeah, it was, if you didn't have wealthy family, then you were going to be living off of your $14. Right. Those whose families or friends were more affluent had no problems as they received outside assistance, but others rarely could afford anything beyond bare necessities. Those from more distant points, particularly those from the western states, might find it virtually impossible to travel and spend vacations with their families, particularly if they came from a poor family. So the stress that comes with staying in Bethel. I have a friend and her son went to Bethel. And he came home. I can't remember exactly how many years that he stayed there. But he stayed there more than a year. And when he came home, he was pretty exhausted. And the lifestyle, it explained. These brothers, yet they were regularly hearing, the ones that were poor, Yet they were regularly hearing greetings passed on to the Bethel family from members of the governing body and others as they traveled around the country and to other parts of the world giving talks. They saw the corporation officers driving new Oldsmobiles bought by the society and serviced and cleaned by the workers like themselves. Their work schedule then consisting of 8 hours and 40 minutes each day and 4 hours on Saturday morning, combined with attendance at meetings 3 times a week, plus the weekly witnessing activity, seemed to many to make their lives very cramped, routine, tiring. But they knew that to lessen up in any of these areas would undoubtedly put them in the bad attitude class and result in their being called to a meeting designed to correct their attitude. So there's a lot of pressure that comes with going to Bethel. And it's a struggle for these poor young people, as well as people that are married. It's not an easy lifestyle. And I wanted to share that with you because, well, I'm enjoying this book. I didn't realize how much I didn't know about the organization. So I thought I'd share that with you. You know, I do encourage you, get your Crisis of Conscience book. It's so good. I'm not very far along. I'm on page 105. Internal Upheaval and Restructure. And I got to meet some of these brothers that I'm reading about. I met Brother Schroeder, Brother Sidlick, Brother Booth, Brother Franz, right? Brother Suter. I met them in passing. I met them too at the assemblies. Brother Genghis, I went into when in the infirmary. I sat with him for a bit and talked. He was kind of scary because he was older, and so he wasn't really in his right mind. And then I met Brother Sidlick. I did meet him. He was working on a painting. His first painting the time that I met him. I saw Brother Franz in the infirmary. So I looked into his little room. Yeah, so it was neat to have that. I realized I'm glad that I had those experiences. I'm glad that I got to go to Bethel. Because what I'm reading about is true. I can say, yeah, I know. And I remember the Bethelites. The young men that I associated with. And what they talked about. Yeah, so that was kind of cool. And those memories will always... They help me see the importance of not having tiers, higher tiers. You see, if you go to Bethel, you become a ministerial servant, you become an elder, you become a circuit overseer, you become a branch overseer. You see that there is a caste system in which they put you in. You got a pioneer, you have the publisher, you have the auxiliary pioneer, you have the regular pioneer. There's always tiers. And that's, that makes for abuses. Nobody's really considered just, normal. Everybody just be normal. Or not normal, but of the same. You can see that there's a tier system, which is part of humans, right? We always put each other on some sort of pedestals, whether they be education or religion, how much, knowledge you have. It's sad because we don't see each other equally. We have skin colors that we look at. It's very, very sad how we do that, and we keep doing it. So, yeah. Well, I figured I'd do this Mukbang Mom, right? Mukbang Mom ExJW video. If I don't, I won't be able to do this. And that's just how it is. Because I don't have a life where I can just sit back and do, what these amazing people do. I think it's amazing. Enjoy your videos, enjoy your life. Get your book. Crisis of Conscience. 20 years it sat on my bedside table and I never picked it up. I'm not very far yet. This is all what I have to read. This is what I've read already. And that's because, like I said, I have a ton of books now that I read. And I stop and then I keep going. Then I stop and then I keep going. YouTube videos, and I have family that I have to take care of, make breakfast and rush off to do certain projects. And right now my little one has pink eye. So now we all have to make sure that we don't get pink eye. I'll be wearing dark glasses in the next few. I don't know. So wash your hands and remember, don't worry about the whole coronavirus thing. We went to the doctor with my youngest and they said it's basically for the older ones and anybody who has like asthma, has a tendency to have weakness in their lungs and people who have like autoimmune diseases. So they're more susceptible. Didn't mean to rant. I hope you have a good day today. And we're off. Enjoy your day. I hope this helps you on your healing journey. Follow your bliss and be good humans.